as you can see, I've got somebody right here with me. He's back.
My name is Bay, and I was just so focused on going towards God's will. There was no space for anyone in my life.
We're doing our sound check, and there's this white guy by himself running around. And guys, if you know me, and this is a disclaimer, you would know that I never imagined myself as a white person. Like,
For real.
and all I see is this white guy walking in with a wig on. I'm just thinking.
All of you girls were wearing wigs. I just wanted to prank you guys for once.
At some point, I see this guy on the dance floor. My channel. I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm doing well by God's grace. If you're new here, hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Sergi, and my channel is about motivating people becoming the best version of themselves. So please subscribe, like, and share, and follow me on my social media platform so we can keep in contact. So as you can see, I've got somebody right here with me. He's back.
My name is Bay.
Yeah, his name is Bay. His name is Mess. Mess is Bay. Yeah, so welcome again.
Thank you
so
very much.
if you've not watched our previous video, we're gonna put a link up here. So you need to go check that out, because in that video we talk about what we were doing before we met and just our journey and where we were in life with God and everything. So go check that out.
It's a good video.
It's definitely
it's
a good one.
very good video.
Today we actually now gonna talk about how we met, the actual juicy part, okay? So are you excited?
Yes.
Like I said, you need to go check the other video out, because you definitely need to understand the background, because there's a lot of things that I'm gonna say here that you're probably not gonna be able to understand. In December, we had an invitation to go on a gig in Denmark, and it was a Congolese gig. And honestly speaking, I'm not longer interested with Congolese gigs, because the money is not all that, like, the money is not good. And because I was going through the breakup, if you've not checked that video out as well, I'm going to put a link up here so you can check it out and find out about my breakup story. It was the year of the breakup, and I remember in December, I was very, very busy. I was taking all the gigs that I could just to keep myself busy, because I was just tired of being depressed for the whole, almost the whole year, crying and seeking God and being desperate.
It's exhausting.
And asking God, please, you know, I'm tired of the pain. Please just take it away. Anyways, I basically was in that time where I was just like, struggling. So my mom and my sister convinced me to, you know, take the gig and just go. They were like, you know what, traveling is going to be good for you right now. And I remember, because it was actually like a New Year's Eve service that we were going to Denmark for, I was thinking, I don't want to leave my church and go to another church, because in my church we have so much fun. We've got like musicians from all around the world coming, and we've got like music and, you know, just a music festival. Shout out to my church, KICC. If you don't have any church that you're going to, please check us out, KICC online. My church is, it's the best church. Anyway, I was just thinking, I don't want to miss service in my church. Why am I taking the gig? Long story short, I ended up taking the gig, traveled to Denmark, go there on the 30th. Now, I was still heartbroken. I was still, you know, crying to God and just asking God to heal me. So on the 30th, that was actually one of the worst days of my life. Literally, I couldn't sleep that night. I was crying so much. I remember even messaging my ex and being like, this is so hard. And he was just like, don't worry, we're going to get through this. Imagine, I was so in pain that I couldn't speak to anybody. You know when you just feel like nobody else understands your pain but the person that's going through the pain with you, and you just have to call them because they're the only person that will understand. Like, don't get me wrong, I had a strong support system. My best friend was there, my mom was there, my sister was there. My support system was strong, but I just felt like nobody could really understand what I was dealing with. I remember crying again to God, and I was like, God, this is the last time I'm gonna cry. I am tired of crying. I'm tired of feeling so much pain. I want you to take this pain away, and I just want you to send me my destiny partner. I don't want to meet any other person. I don't want any other person to see me. I don't want to see them. I don't want anything to do with anybody that is not meant to be in my destiny. So I prayed that prayer, but it was very sincere, very vulnerable. I was basically just confirming that with God and saying, God, please, I don't want this pain anymore. It's too much. I remember what I really prayed about that night was for a destiny partner. Fell asleep crying, as you do when you're going through a heartbreak. And then the 31st was the day of the gig, and I was getting ready to go to the gig.
Yeah.
And
So what's interesting on the 31st, actually,
Yeah.
if I may say that.
Yeah.
I had a very crazy experience on the 31st. At that time, I've been going to that church for 14, 15 months, and I've been growing with God. I've learned to fast, I've learned to pray, I've learned to dedicate myself. And I was just so focused on going towards God's will. There was no space for anyone in my life. There's no space for any girlfriend, any partner, anything. I was just like, like this. But I remember this day, the 31st, was going to be the first time for me to spend New Year's in church. Because, as I've said earlier, I was a musician. I've done stuff. I've been been places.
So where were you every year on the 31st, please? Clubs, partying.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
drinking, having fun.
We all have a past. But I thank God for change, because it was the first time, and I was so excited to actually go to church during New Year's Eve, because spiritually I felt the need to be in prayer in the crossover.
Yeah.
And I've never felt that before. I have friends calling me like, are you popping by? Like, we're hosting this party here and there. Like, I'm popping by. I had several calls, and they're like, where have you been? You've been underground for so many months, and we miss you. Where are you? This is the time to reconnect and to meet up and have fun. And I was like, something was fighting inside of me. I didn't want to go back into the old pattern.
So the experience that you're talking about was the battle inside of you to either go to church or go out with your mates.
This was clearly a battle between my spirit and my flesh.
So while he's feeling the battle, I was probably beating my face. Who knows? I was probably getting ready. We got to the church on the 31st, because we had 2 gigs, by the way. One gig was on the 31st, which was the crossover service. And then another gig was on the 1st, which was the actual celebration of the New Year's. Anyways, go there. And then I just see, like, this church, we're doing our sound check, and there's this white guy by himself running around. And guys, if you know me, let me just say something. This is a disclaimer. Okay, so if you know me, you would know. You would know that I never imagined myself of a white person. Like,
for real?
Like, never. Like,
no.
Not that I have an issue, because honestly, I don't mind dating anyone as long as they're coming from God. But I just never saw myself with a white person. Like, I've got white friends, but like,
you had a lot of options in front of you, but a
white
white guy was not one of them.
It was not. A white guy was definitely not an option. I never, ever thought of it. So we go there on the 31st, and there's this guy, literally a white guy. And this is like a proper African church. And this is not just an African church. It's like a Congolese African church. Like, proper African church. You've got all these Congolese people, and this one white guy running around. And I'm just thinking, well, you look out of place. But obviously, he was a musician.
Well, I was wearing a suit as well, like everyone else. What do you mean look out of place?
So he was a musician.
Yeah.
So, like, he was just, helping with sound check. He was playing keys. It was a drummer. He was a bass player.
All over the place.
He was just, just filling in the needs. On that night, we never spoke. We never said hello, hi. Absolutely nothing. I didn't look at him and think, you're hot.
And me neither. I was not really paying attention. I was just in my own world,
What were you thinking? You should have actually.
Oh.
I think you should regret that.
Stupid. How am I going to make up for that?
The moment you set your eyes on me, you should have been like, damn, girl.
You better say something wise now, man.
Okay, no, I did think that a little bit. But it was more like, oh. And then,
yeah.
What does that sound mean? What does that sound mean?
I don't know.
Don't forget, guys, that I was actually not ready to settle down. And honestly, I saw you looking beautiful, all of that, but I was on my journey with God. Like, I was so passionate.
There's no time for girlfriend.
I feel like at this point in time, like, if there was a girl there, like, I was just like, no time.
So we didn't speak on the 31st, and on the 1st, it was a second gig. Came there yet again. we're about to party, and all I see is this white guy walking in with a wig on. I'm just thinking.
All of you girls were wearing wigs. I just wanted to prank you guys for once. Sorry, it was a New Year's prank. I have a very bad sense of humor.
He's like, all the girls are wearing wigs, so let me join them. What? So I just see this guy wearing a suit with this wig. I'm thinking, wait, what? Sorry, what? Anyways, I let that go because it wasn't my business. So we're proceeding.
I took it off.
Yeah, you took it off. Yeah.
It was just to...
So it got to a point where we were like proper going in with like the Congolese music. If you don't know about Congolese music, get to know because it's the baddest music in the whole world.
Yeah, it's mean.
Anyway, so we're proper playing like 7 and we're proper dancing. At some point, I see this guy on the dance floor, proper going in. I'm thinking, what? The first thing I'm thinking, I need to need my camera because it wasn't just like, you know, white people's dance floor. This guy was going in. He was dancing in the beat. I was thinking, wait, what's happening? I'm like, whoa, okay, he can dance. So he's not as white as I thought he was. He's got some African moves in him. Anyways, even that, there was no...
Imagine. That didn't even impress her.
Like, thought,
You were just standing
nothing.
there, a black girl with a camera filming a white guy dancing.
That's all I was doing.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Coronavirus. No.
As we proceeded with the evening, somehow we got into like a worship session. I don't know, but somehow it turned into a worship session. We were worshiping, and then he joined us because my band, there was only bass player, guitarist, and a drummer. We didn't actually have a keyboardist. So he joined us and he was helping us on stage. Yet again, I'm not thinking nothing of it. It's just like, okay, yeah, it's just a random person. The pastor of the church, his pastor at the time, he was basically prophesying on people, you know, praying for people and, you know, all that jazz. I'm just minding my own business. Jeje. Anyway, all of a sudden, I just see the pastor basically look at me and he started prophesying on me. Now, if you know me, you would know I don't just believe in any kind of prophecies because honestly, I feel like a lot of people out here call themselves prophets, and honestly, I don't really like it. I think people call themselves prophets slightly, and I'm just like, I don't like it. So if you're prophesying on me, you have to be specific. Like God has to speak to me. God has to confirm to me what He's saying to you. I don't just.
The thing is, because if you say God is going to bless you, you're blessed. All of that is written in the Word.
If you're coming to me and you're like, God said He's going to bless you, God said He's going to do it's in the word of God. So for me, you have to be specific. You have to tell me exactly, like, tell me my name. Tell me something about me that you don't know so that I know. Yeah, again, fake prophets will still give you specifics, you know, and tell you this is your name, this is where you were born, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not really into prophecies like that.
But that's why we need the Holy Spirit. To discern and to examine.
Yes. Honestly, it's been my journey with God. Every time I've had the prophecy that is coming from God, I have to have an encounter. I have to have like a confirmation.
Yeah.
So anyway, this pastor starts prophesying on me. The first thing he says is, God is going to bless you with an amazing partner. And I thought, first of all, he don't know me. He don't know that I'm single. Because at this point, everybody still knew that I was engaged. Even the band, they believed that, yeah, she's engaged, you know. Pictures were on Facebook, you know. I was engaged. I was wearing my ring and everything. I was trying to hide it. I wasn't ready to share it with the world. So I was just keeping it to myself. So he starts prophesying that God is going to bless you with someone. You know, this person is going to be a sign of God's love for you. The person is going to be such an amazing person. You're going to travel the world with him. You're not going to worry about childcare. So when he's talking, I'm just thinking, okay, wait, how does he know that I'm single? And then he says, this person is going to be your destiny partner. Now, remember, I told you the night before I prayed and I said, God, I want a destiny partner. That was the prayer I did for that whole night. So when he said a destiny partner, then I was like, okay. Inside of me, I was like, okay, God is speaking to me. Because I believe that God can speak to you through anybody. Like, he can even speak to you through, like, a mad person on the road. So for me, it was just about me connecting and feeling that it was coming from God. And when he said God is going to send your destiny partner, I was like, okay, now we're talking. Now, after saying all these things, he now says, I don't know why I'm even saying this. Are you with somebody already? Or are you in a relationship? Or, you know, or are you single? Now, because I wasn't ready to share, I then said, yeah, I'm in a relationship. Plus the band that I came with, nobody knew. I was actually pretty close to those people. The service was also streamed. It was live. Yeah. I was like, no, I'm not about to admit that I broke my engagement. I'm not ready to start giving people explanations. So I just said, yeah, I'm in a relationship. It was like, okay, what I'm seeing is in the future, but like, that's what God wanted you to hear.
So you basically shut down the prophecy.
I basically shut him down from
purpose,
continuing to say what he was saying, fully knowing that was actually the truth. But because I wasn't ready to share it with the world, I just shut it down. Now, I know while he was prophesying on me, something happened to you.
Yeah, so what's interesting is, I remember, and I can't really explain why.
Yeah.
As soon as he said, the person I'm talking about is around you.
I missed that detail. So while he was prophesying, he said, the person that God is going to send in your life is around you. But I took it as entourage, not literally around me. I took it as, And at the time, there was a few candidates that were talking to me, and I was thinking, is it this person, that person? But while he said that...
Yeah, what's interesting is, while he said that, I felt poked in the spirit. I think that's the best way to describe it. And then I just looked. I felt poked like, what? What does that mean? Is there a connection here? God, are you talking to me? I was like, nah, it's probably not. I don't know. And then I went back to playing. That's it.
So that was it. That night ended as well. I think we said hi to each other at some point. We did say hi to each other at some point. He said, thank you for the music at some point.
That's it.
But we didn't speak, nothing. We were supposed to come back to London on the 1st of January, on the 2nd, of January. The church decided to send some people out to just take us around and visit Denmark, Aarhus, which is the second biggest city of Denmark. By the way, guys, Denmark is a bit dead still. Anyway,
dead?
Yeah.
No, my country you're talking about.
Yeah, no. But it was just so quiet.
Like, it's not London, that's for sure.
It's not London. Guess who the church sent to take us out on the 2nd?
Me. And the funny thing...
Him and another girl. Which we find that we later found out that they were basically, some people in the church were trying to set him up with that girl.
I had no clue.
He had no clue. But apparently that's why they sent them to. So they're probably thinking, they're going to be together. It will give them time to spend with each other, get to know each other.
Yeah,
not knowing that she was basically bringing my man to me, baby. I'm joking.
What's interesting is I wasn't even on that team.
Yeah.
I wasn't even supposed to take people out and to entertain if they came to visit. But she was. I think that's the thing. So I was asked, and I said, let me take them out. I don't mind. It was musicians. It was all right.
Yeah.
So we came and picked you guys up the next day.
So so they sent them to. He wasn't even part of that department, but hey, he got asked. He was like, okay, cool. I'm not working. I'll take them out. So they came, and I was even snapping. I was like, hey, look at the star that was dancing yesterday, because I posted him the day before. And I was like, do you want to come to London? You want to move to London? He's like, why not? Guys, that's the star. Say hi.
Hello.
That's the star that was dancing yesterday.
Hello.
You've got a lot of followers now. Yeah.
Fans.
Are you going to come to London?
Yeah, no problem.
He's taking us out today before we fly back. We're going to check this country and see what's up. Do you want to move to London?
Yeah, it would be nice. Why not?
And this is literally just jokes. And the reason
it's
why
the first time we're having an actual conversation.
The first time.
Very first time.
And I was just thinking, I'm being nice because we're all black. Everybody's black. He's the only white person. And because I have white friends, I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Like, come on, let me entertain him.
Yeah, you know how to speak to white people. You know how to speak
they're my people. They're my people.
White people's language.
White people language, they're my people. So let me, talk. So as I was talking to him, it was just basically because I just felt like, okay, let me just talk to him as well.
Felt bad. You felt bad for me.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't feel bad for myself.
Because you were used to being around black people. Anyway.
Come on, I've lived in
Mali for like a year. So at this point now, we're talking. But guys, we've been talking non-stop. Like, we're talking and talking and talking and talk. We clicked. But yet again, there was no... his heart, nothing like that. But we really opened up to each other. I think I told you that I was also going through like a breakup.
Yeah, and I was sharing
we talked, and I was like, oh, you should come to my church and visit. And then that was it. We went back to church so we can say our goodbyes to the pastor and everybody else. And then we had a bit of, we were eating, and me and him, I was teaching him my language.
I was teaching you Danish.
Yeah, he was teaching me Danish.
Jeg
er
en hvid
en hvid
kvinde
kvinde
i en sort kvindes krop. Wow, that was good.
That sounds good. Say one more time.
Jeg er en
Jeg er en
hvid
hvid
kvinde
Kevin.
Eating. Sword. Cup.
Kevin.
Cup.
See? I
Wow.
said it. I'm going to teach you on the video. See? Nazamuntu. Yamwindu. Na. Nzoto.
Toto.
Yamundele. Say Nazamundele.
Nasamundele. Nasamundele.
Mundele.
Mundele.
Nalia kafufu.
C'est ça.
Nalia.
Nalia kafufu.
We were just like chilling.
Yeah.
And then it was time to go and I gave him a hug and then he says,
That hug. Yeah. I don't know. That hug was a bit special. I think it was squeezing a bit more tight than usual. Not that I know, but okay, it just felt like he was
imagining things when I hugged him, and my hug was holy. You're the one that's saying that hug was I was squeezing you tighter. My hug was holy. This is the only place in the story where we disagree. He thinks I was squeezing him tight.
Well, I think and you think it doesn't have to be the same thing. So
exactly. So anyway, so we hugged, but to be fair, that hug was friendly. But I think at this time now, we spend the whole day, like a whole afternoon together.
Yeah, so maybe that's why you felt we connected.
But yeah, again, guys, no, I'm not thinking nothing.
No.
We go back to London now, and I told my mom about him. I was like, Mom, look, yeah, because I posted him on my status as well. Like my friends, everybody saw him, and they're like, who's this white guy dancing like that? Actually, there was a picture that we took.
Oh yeah.
This picture, yet again, it was with everybody. I took selfies with everybody, but there was something about this picture. When I sent it to my mom was like, she just had this funny smile that I didn't understand. Anyways, we continued talking, but then the talking got a bit, talking. We kept talking and talking every day, talking and talking and talking.
4 a.m. in the morning.
And more till 4 a.m. in the morning.
But it was about holy stuff though. We
Yeah.
were talking about God.
We were talking about God, books.
Yeah, books and just, life in general.
So it wasn't like in the direction of, falling in love. But what I can remember is that I was filled with a deep sense of care for him. I just knew that I cared for him. But it wasn't love because I've been in love before. So I wasn't falling in love. I didn't think it was hot. I wasn't attracted to him physically. In fact, he was everything that I didn't want on paper. Honestly speaking, yes. You know that.
I know that.
He was everything I didn't want on paper. And I think I was everything he didn't want on paper as well.
Yeah, in a way. And I didn't feel attracted to you straight away.
At all.
So honestly.
So there was no physical attraction.
Yeah.
No physical attraction.
No.
We're just talking and then getting closer. But then I didn't start questioning because we were talking so much every day. Like he will wake up at 6 and we will finish speaking at like 4 and he has to go to work because he was a teacher at the time. And it's like, why are we talking? So I started questioning it because obviously I also didn't want to carry the old pattern of just, talking to somebody and starting something. I was just like, no, I'm done. Anything that was not in God's plan, I was very sensitive to it. So then I was like, I'm not sure what this is. But when I spoke to my mom about it, my mom was like, Sashin, I feel like this is the one for you. And if you know my mom is a prayer warrior. She's like a silent lion. Like she's one of those people that pray dangerous prayers. I'm like, okay. First of all, he's white. So I'm already thinking, I don't know if my mom and my family are going to...
He's not one of the options. Why? There's no white.
No, we don't understand. I was just like, wait, what? Okay, fine. And then my sister's like, yeah, you guys look cute together. But I still didn't want to be distracted. I still wanted the person that God created for me and my destiny partner. So my mom is like, he's the one. My sister is like, he's the one. My other sister's like, I feel like, this is a nice couple. But inside of me, I was just like, I don't want to follow what everybody else is saying because I've done that so many times. Now I'm tired. I just remember, because we were talking so much, I just got to a place where I was like, okay, hold on a minute. Why are we talking? I was asking him like, what's going on? And I was also praying to God and be like, God, I told you that the next man that I should see or should talk to should be coming from you. Like, what's going on here? Because at this point, I wasn't convinced that he was the one for me. I'm praying, but then I'm asking God for specific signs with details. Like I remember one thing that he never used to do. He never used to call me first. So I don't know if it's like a white people. Black people, we just call. If I need to call you, I'm just gonna call. But white people have this like respect way of being like, can I call? They will message you first. Is it alright if I call? So he actually never used to call me. I used to be the one to call. But we will message. You will message me.
I'll message you
but he
and
won't
then you
call.
would call me.
Like he never calls. And there was a day where I prayed and I said, God, if you're happy with this relationship, because at this point I wasn't even just worried about or concerned about a relationship between me and another man. Even the people that were coming into my life, I was saying, God, any relationship I build with anybody has to come from
friendships
you.
and-
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So I was like, God, if you're
Okay.
happy with him being in my life, then I want him to call me. Today, I'm not going to call him. And that day, he was the one that called me. So I remember there was a lot of specific details that I will ask, very random, like very, very random stuff that you would never think about. Like, you know, I want him to say this in a message, and he will say that. So it was very detailed.
And by that time, I remember I was also in the same predicament. I didn't want to have anyone disturbing my relationship with God.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So I was like, God, if this is really coming from you, let my emotions be out of it. Leave my heart out of it. I don't want to be disturbed by any feelings, any confusing feelings. Falling in love is confusing, you know?
Yeah.
You don't know what's up and down. I didn't want to fall in love. I told God,
I want to know. I want to
I
know
wanna
that she's the one first before I fall in love.
So I said, God, use my mind and let me see if she's the right one for me.
Yeah.
Use my logic, because that's what I believe. I came to a time in my life where I realized that my heart is deceitful.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
deceiving me.
Yeah.
Because that's what's in the Bible.
Yeah.
Your heart is lying to you.
Yeah.
Because you can't trust your feelings.
Yeah.
So I was like, God, keep the mess out, please, just for a short while, and show me if she's the one.
Anyways, so I was asking God for details, and then it just got to a place where I'm like, okay, we need to talk, because at this point we've not spoken about us, we've not said what are we, we're just literally talking. I then prayed and I said, oh, God, what's going on? Like, what are you trying to say to me? And then I had a conversation with him, and then I was like, what are we doing? Like, what's this? You would expect him to say, okay, I want to be with you, right? That's what you will expect.
I said,
Don't even laugh.
sorry.
Don't even go there.
Okay, what I said.
This
is
guy was like,
sorry. Let me go and pray.
he broke up with me for 3 days. He was like,
2 days, yeah?
it was 3 days.
Sorry.
It was 3 days.
Well, I had to pray.
It was 3 days.
Praying for long,
Yeah, okay. So he said, I don't think we should continue talking anymore because I'm not sure God is happy with us. God is what I want right now. And in my head, I'm thinking, who do you think you are? Do you really think I want to be with you? Like, you know, when you're
proper offended.
First of all, God, I told you I didn't want to be with anybody.
Yeah.
You brought this guy in my life, and I was
Yeah.
just thinking, who does he think he's talking to me? It's like me, me. I was thinking, okay. I was like,
yeah, go do your
okay,
thing.
cool, go do your thing. But the way he said it, he wasn't even saying that I'm coming back. He was basically saying that let's stop the relationship, basically, because I'm not sure God is in it. That's what he said,
Yeah.
and he's gonna pray. That's what he said.
I don't use the word stop the relationship. I said, I'm not sure.
Whatever,
if-
you broke up with
I'm
me.
not sure if God is in it. Let me go and pray.
Whatever,
That's
you
fine.
broke up with me for 3 days. So for these 3 days,
Sorry
he's
about
not calling me. Yeah, you're forgiven.
that. Yes, thank
He's
you.
not calling, he's not messaging, I'm not calling, I'm not messaging. But I go to God in prayer and I'm like, God. And like I said, I was very specific at this point. I was mucking about. I was like, God, I think it was like the third day when I prayed. The other 2 days when we were praying, and my mom was like, he's the one. And my sister Christelle at home, she's like, yeah, he's the one. I'm thinking, nah, we're not talking. This guy just broke up with me. How you gonna tell me that he's the one? I'm telling you that he broke up with me. I'm telling you. The third day, I pray and I say to God, okay, God, because of where we are with our relationship right now, because I was very sensitive to the Holy Spirit at this time, and every time I used to pray and ask God for specific signs, he would do it. So it was very confusing, because why are you giving me signs and all of a sudden he's breaking up
left,
with me?
yeah.
That's why you need to, honestly guys, you need to allow God, like, do his work. Just allow God to be God and go through the process. And let's stop rushing. Let's stop asking God to show us the end, because it's never gonna, if God shows you the end, you're not gonna do the work. You're not going to learn the lesson in the process. So we need to allow God be God.
Yeah. And the process can be so weird, so
Yeah,
confusing,
yeah,
up and down. You
yeah.
can go from here and there. It
Yeah.
makes no sense.
At all.
But there's a reason for everything in that process. And God is in
Exactly.
control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So on the third day, I prayed. I said, God, if he doesn't call me by the end of today, before midnight, then I know for sure that he's not the one for me, and I will take that and run with it. So this day comes. So this is like, it's now 11:50 at night. I'm talking to my sister, and Christelle is like, no, seriously, like, I think it's the one. I'm saying to her, no. I prayed. I know that I told God that if he doesn't call me before midnight, then he's not the one for me. But it's like 11:50. Guys, God is God. Like, even in the last minute.
And God's timing is the
God's
best,
timing.
you know. That's
is the best.
Yeah.
Anyways, I remember my sister was screaming my scalp, and I'm like, yeah, he hasn't called, so I'm gonna end it. Because even though they were telling me that he's the one, I was basically saying, no, I have a relationship with God, innit? We spoke. I know how we communicate.
Which is good, because you need to rely on your own spirit. Like, you need to rely on your own relationship with the Holy
God.
Spirit.
So 11:59 comes. My phone rings. I think 11:58.
It was 11:50. I think you're making it more.
11:58. My sister was screaming my scalp. My phone starts ringing, and it's him. So my sister's like, please pick up before you change your mind.
But you were too offended. You didn't want to pick up now. You've already broken up.
I was like this. And I'm not forgetting that I told God, if he doesn't go before midnight, we're not going to be together. Now I'm like, I'm not going to pick up. So my sister like, pick up. I pick up my phone. And then as soon as I pick up, it was actually a video call. So we've upgraded now.
Yeah.
Now he's called. Now he made the call.
Video, yeah.
He called me on video and I pick up my phone and he's like, are you offended? Are you upset? I'm not upset.
But I could hear the funny thing. I could actually hear Christelle. I could hear Christelle whisper in the background. Like, I couldn't hear what she was saying. I could just, and you were like, you were proper. I could see something was not right.
Anyway,
I was just like, well, what? I just came. I went from talking to my creator. What's the problem?
But anyways, from then on,
yeah,
we just knew that we're meant to be together.
Yeah, I found my confirmation, so obviously that's why I called back.
And then it was also confirmation for me, because I told God that if he doesn't call me by this time, then I know he wasn't the one. So honestly, our relationship really started with God being the foundation. We didn't have feelings for each other. Even when we said, okay, we're in a relationship, we didn't have feelings for each other. And that's a story for another time. That's a video for another day.
I was like,
we still didn't have feelings for each other. He was still everything I didn't want on paper. You know.
It's what you call an arranged marriage, right?
Basically, an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
Just to sum it up, I was so scared to make the mistake with a life partner that I would still doubt every now and then, even though God gave me confirmation. God gave us a confirmation. I remember even while we were dating, I was still praying that God show me. And I remember we had like a service in my church. It was like an event for like 3 days or a week or something like that. He was in Denmark, but he came to visit me. And if you know my church is actually, it's very big. It's a big church. So, you know, there's no way that my pastor would know my life personally or know him personally.
Yeah, or your name even.
Yeah. There was this event that was going on in my church. It was a Wednesday. I couldn't make the Wednesday service because I had a rehearsal. So he went with my mom and my sister. They went to church for that service. I didn't go. And then as they came back, they were just telling me that basically during service, pastor called him out. And he was like, oh, the gentleman in the red t-shirt come out. He prophesied on him. He prophesied about God's calling on his life and his ministry. The prophecy was very accurate. Yeah. But then before he finished, he was like, oh, by the way, God also said that he's going to bless you with a beautiful wife, but she's not going to be your color. She's going to be black. So me and this guy will go to church together when he comes to visit, right? But I will always go with him, mom, my sister, or
your friend,
my best friend. I basically told my friend that, please, can you pretend that you're his friend so that people don't know that I'm with him, so people would think that I'm being with him because he's your friend. Literally, we were planning. I was doing everything to hide our relationship. When he said that God is going to bless you with a beautiful wife and the wife is not going to be your color, she's going to be basically black, the whole church went crazy because I think they just put two and two together. Like, oh, that's the girl that he comes to church with. And because I sing in my church, I'm not known, I'm not a celebrity, but obviously when you're like part of the praise and worship team, people know you, people see you. So when you're coming to church with somebody, they know of you. So the church went crazy, and I'm thinking, okay, when I'm listening to the recording, because my sister is like, as soon as she hears prophecy, she's like, let me press my phone. So she actually recorded it. The whole church went crazy. So when they came and told me, I'm thinking, God, I'm trying to keep this low key as much as I can. Because first of all, I didn't want to explain the fact that I'd ended my engagement to people, because there were still a lot of people that didn't know. Some people didn't even know until they saw him, which was like a year after. So I was just thinking, God, you've now exposed me. I'm like, oh, next time I go to church, I'm going to be a bit, it's going to be a bit of an awkward one for me. Not knowing that my own turn of confirmation was coming. So God confirmed to him that I was the one for him. Now, on a Saturday, we went to the church service because he was here for like a week.
It was the same the following Saturday.
Yeah,
just
it was
a couple of
basically he
days
went to
later.
church on Wednesday. I went to church on the Saturday. There was nowhere to park. He was looking for parking, but he was just like, oh, you know what, babe, just go in. Usually I'd wait for him to find parking, but he was like, no, just go in and then I'll find parking. He didn't find parking, so he ended up staying in the car watching online.
Yeah.
So as I was inside the service, my pastor says, oh, if you've got SER in your name, come out. Guess what? I've got SER in my name, so I go out and then he's prophesying on different people. There was a lot of people at the front with SER in their name. Of course, as you can imagine, it's a big church. He's prophesying on different people. And then he's like, oh, I can hear a name. I don't know, but I've never heard this name before. It's like searching. And I'm like, oh no, this is me. This is what I'm talking about. Because that's specific. Okay. So I was like, okay, me. And it was literally just me. And then my pastor comes to me and he's like, the first thing he says, God is going to bless you with an amazing husband. He's going to be a funny husband. And I'm just thinking, oh my gosh. Then he starts talking about his ministry. He's got God's calling on his life. You guys are going to do ministry together. As he's prophesying, the whole church is going crazy. And then I'm also laughing. He's looking at me and asking me, why are you laughing? I'm like, because you're exposing me. But there was a woman right next to me that goes, you prophesied on her partner on the other day. And then my pastor was like, really? Who's that? The Danish guy. So it was just like, the whole church, literally, it was crazy. He was in the car and I was just thinking, okay, God, you've basically exposed me. And yet again, that was another confirmation for me because I was praying for it and I was asking God to confirm that he was basically the one for me.
Sometimes we really want to find the one when we want to find the one.
Yeah.
What I realized as soon as I let go and I wanted to find God and not the one found me through God. He gave me everything because I was seeking him first.
Yeah.
So seek first the kingdom and the rest shall be added to you. I can't emphasize that enough.
That's our testimony.
That's our testimony. I can't emphasize that enough for people to do the same and just, you know what, forget all about dating, forget all about finding the right person. Just, you know, give yourself to God and just let him do his work.
Yeah.
Because everything will come in its order. There's nothing good about being blessed before time. If you're being blessed too early, you might end up losing that blessing because God is not holding a blessing back from you because he wants to hold it back. He's holding it back so you can be prepared to receive that blessing.
And to deal with it when it comes.
To deal with it so you wouldn't have the right instruments and the right tools if you're getting blessed too early.
Yeah.
But I'm just thanking God for the right timing and for the right person. Yeah. Those are my last words.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that was our story. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please give us a thumbs up if you liked it and comment and let's talk. If you've got any question, ask us. We'll be happy to answer. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And follow me on my social media platforms so we can get in contact. We're going to sign up for now.
Yeah.
And God bless you. We'll see you later.
Bye.